How's it going there, everybody? My cup of tea here, back to a reaction video, and it's time to watch some more videos from Casual Geographics. Yay, yay. Now last time we learned about some interesting facts about some birds, my favorite bird, the harpy eagle. And now it's time to take a little detour and learn about some bears in his newest video called Every Bear and Its Chances of Retiring You from Life. Now I'm pretty sure, I think the brown bears are the most, threatening one to humans, or is it the black bear, or is it the white bear, polar bear? I don't know. I know one of them is like, if you see it ever, you're dead basically. Another bear, you have a chance to play dead. It might work. I'm gonna say it's the brown bear. I think it's the brown bear. I don't know. We'll see. Let's just go into this. I have no idea. Let's just go into it. Oh, that's right. Before I forget, let me move myself to the right side of the screen because usually he's on the left side right here. Yeah, and let's turn these captions on because you never know. You never know. Alright, let's start this.
It's scientifically proven that one of the best ways to see how a guy's mind works, to really see what type of person you're dealing with, ask one question. What's the biggest animal you can beat in a fight?
Yeah, that's
you'll learn
true.
a whole lot in a short time.
Alright, let's see. Let me think about it real quick. Let's see. Now, I'm not, a muscle guy. I don't really have that much muscle on me, so let's think realistically. I'm not Joe Rogan. I'm not gonna fight a bear. Jamie, pull up that bear. No, I'm not gonna do that. There's something like an ostrich. Ostrich kind of scary. I'm not fighting that. Koala bear? I don't know if they can fight. I don't know. Just keep it going.
And
Just keep it going.
One British firm YouGov did a survey.
There's
a lot to unpack here, but
hold on. I can beat a goose. But I can beat an eagle. Some eagles kind of scary. A large dog? I don't know. You're not beating a chimpanzee. Maybe you had a weapon, you could be a chimpanzee. You're not beating a cobra? Are you insane? You're not beating you think what? Okay, these last five, you're insane. I mean, you can close a crocodile's mouth, kind of. You ain't gonna beat it, but show me one person beating an elephant. scratch the gorilla and lion. Show me someone beating an elephant right now, one-on-one, man versus elephant. Let me see it right now.
Mostly the 6% of Americans that think they could handle a grizzly without getting their existence abolished.
3, 2, 1,
No, that was quick.
How long it would take. Bears are inevitable enough to be one of the few animals I have a one-shot rule against. As in, if they're coming at me full force and I have one shot in the chamber, I'm using it to self-medicate my exit off the mortal coil. I might not survive a hippo attack, but I'm for sure not surviving my reaction to one. I'll same-day ship myself to the Lord's door before I let a chimp handle me, and I'll self-subtract with the quickness before a bear makes me part of its business. Bears are the most conceptually inconsiderate creatures.
Jesus!
Basically a giant unhinged dog with every possible attribute maxed. Think about it. Nature dropped an apex, all-terrain CrossFit predator that can out everything you and just let the rest of the population deal with it. But what's the most dangerous bear actually?
It's brown,
today,
right?
We're going to be talking about every breed of bear and its chances of putting you on a shirt. Each bear will get a Merc rating. Merc standing for might eviscerate, ravage, or just cancel you. Yeah, that's definitely the K word that was supposed to be there. And as always, each rating will be in my very biased opinion. But yeah, call me Joe Rogan or a Grinder Gladiator. Either way, we are going down the bear hole. Starting with the sun bear, named after the thing he spent way too long looking at. Those eyes stared at the void and the void blinked first. And yes, they're built like
oh God, no.
Be here. It looks like a bear with crippling social anxiety that got told back naturally. They were recently involved in a controversy in China. The controversy was nobody believed that wasn't a man in costume. To be fair, they're easily the least coded Ursus out there. They're the smallest in the world at no heavier than $140. And be honest, how long would it take for you to guess that foot was attached to a grizzly's cousin? Those bare feet help them climb trees, and some bears are the most tree climbing of them all. But how dangerous is this identity crisis?
Tongue.
Well, they're shy, reclusive, and mostly eat fruits and plants.
Oh, he's
they're
fast,
also
he's
trigger-happy, nearly blind, and they share real estate with tigers.
Oh.
Some bears are known to attack people when caught off guard. And
they're not peaceful.
They can easily get jump scared by humans. They also have one of the strongest bite forces relative to body size of any bear. But probably
what's the fun fact of the day?
By humans. They also have one of the strongest bite forces.
WTF fact of the day. Sun bears are the smallest bears in the world, but have the same size teeth as polar bears? Oh, shoot. Oh, that's scary.
Relative to body size of any bear, but probably only because they use teeth to rip through tree bark. There was even one case where a sun bear tiger showdown ended up with both of them becoming past tense. So what could they do to a human? Well, from 2000 to 2010, there were 33 sun bear attacks on humans, with the most common injuries being facial. But all the attacks were accidental encounters where the sun bears would probably argue self-defense. And to my knowledge, there are no recorded cases of a sun bear killing a person. So with no body count being the smallest, but also being neurotic enough to be a threat, I'll give the sun bear a Merc rating of 5. Next, you have
That's
the
pretty
Andean,
tame.
also
That's
known
pretty
as a spectacled bear, for obvious reasons. On paper, he's the biggest land predator in that part of South America. Only technically, because only 5% of Four Eyes' diet is meat. Like the sun bear, they're only really a jihad to fruits and plants. Also, like the sun bear, the walking spectacle is very tree climbing, and they'll even build their version of a tree house to sleep in. To be fair, you don't really have a choice when your hall monitor's a jaguar. But don't think Buddy's sweet because he got glasses. They've been known to take out llamas, cows, and even tapirs twice their size. But how dangerous are they to people?
Yeah,
well,
we
in
cool,
2004, an Andean bear escaped from a Berlin zoo and made a beeline for the children's area. What followed was one of the most gruesome displays ever caught on camera.
I'm just gonna stop saying we good when he says they have a low percent chance of eating meat. I'm gonna stop saying that because every time I say it, he gives me a fun fact of the day. That's not really fun. Oh no.
The children's area. What followed was one of the most gruesome displays ever caught on camera. Viewer discretion is advised.
Lemonade.
Oh, thank God in that. Yeah, viewer discretion advised. Use this ad break as a chance to look away if you don't want to see this. Unfortunately, I have to look at this. I don't want to, but I'm going to look at it so I can get the full viewer experience, reaction experience. Yeah, let me see this nice dog real quick. I don't know what you're going to see. He says it's a gruesome experience. Kids were there. A bear shows up. He's going to blur it out. He has to blur it out. He has to. All right, we're back from the ad break. I'm about to start the video. Now, if you don't want to see this, whatever's about to happen in this gruesome video, I don't know he's going to show yet. I will tell you when you can watch it. So right now, look away. Here we go.
Apparently, the spectacled bear only has one.
Okay, so never mind. Scratch what I just said. It was a trick. April Fools came early. We're gonna go back. I want you to watch what just happened. Nothing happened. Nothing. There was nothing gruesome.
Advised.
Oh God, a bike.
Apparently, the spectacled bear only has one human body on his record, and technically it was a hunter who shot the bear out of a tree only for the bear to land on him. I'm sorry, but if you fail physics that hard, you deserve to get packed up by Paddington. And yes, Paddington was indeed a spectacle. Spectacles are also the closest living relative of, the short-faced bear. Oh, the duality. But considering the only casualty was more to slapstick than a homicidal bear, I give the spectacled beast a Merc rating of 2. And now we're at the panda portion, which might confuse some since there's a genuine corner of the internet that'll tell you that pandas aren't actually bears. They'll sooner believe China has an obese biracial gerbil waddling around. To be fair, being a bear but identifying as a bamboo processing plant is a questionable life choice. But one, bamboo is so protein-packed that Ursus Oreo actually ends up getting just as much as wolves and feral cats. And 2, binging bamboo all day means pandas actually have one of the strongest bite forces of any land mammal. Wild pandas usually avoid people, and there's currently no record of a plus-size eyeshadow cotton ball killing a human.
Yeah,
but pandas will 100% lash out if they think you deserve it, often with life-altering consequences. Nobody demonstrated panda potential more than straight at the Beijing Zoo, a young panda named Gugu. In 2006, a drunk dude climbed into the enclosure to give Gugu a hug, and Gugu gave him an attitude adjustment with his teeth. After several minutes of biting each other, Drunky bit the bear. They were eventually separated with a fire hose. In 2007, a teenager tried Gugu and got chunks ripped out of his legs to the point where bones were showing.
Why are we trying Gugu?
And in 2009, a father climbed over a barrier to retrieve a toy his son dropped. His reward was his leg caught in Gugu's vice grip jaws that keepers literally had to pry open. I really think if pandas didn't wear the makeup, y'all would not be trying them like this. The worst part about
look at it. It's biting bamboo with its titanium teeth. I'm not getting close to the panda bear like that. Like, I'm staying eyesight binocular distance away from you.
Getting mauled by something so goofy is it probably takes a long time for bystanders to realize you're in trouble. They're the epitome of I'm not a killer, but don't push me, and for that, they get a Merc rating of 4. Because really, you get flatlined by a panda, you probably deserve it. Now we got the black bear, aka the fight back part of the run, which is kind of true. Black bears are more likely to run away than run a fade. And after seeing them climb trees, thank the natural order for that. Although they probably only learned that from dealing with another bear down the list. Black bears I think it was brown bear that, like, if you see it, smart enough and might just die. He's gonna die. Live almost anywhere in America. Also, they're not always black, but that's besides the point. Moonlighting as a giant raccoon means they run into people more than the average bear, and if you look at the numbers, they might not be as harmless as the nursery rhyme suggests. Since 1784, there have been 66 times where a black bear and a human resulted in one less human. Pretty low, but there's more. There's just under 12 black bear conflicts a year. 52% are typically defensive, 33% were food motivated, and 15% were predatory.
That
number's
50%.
interesting because that's actually higher than what you would see in brown bears. Folks
Really?
now believe there's a slow but very real rise in predatory male black bears murking people. In fact, the first ever fatal black bear attack in California just happened last month. Male blacks, but black bears that is, they have a wider range, which means a desperate down bad male is more likely to try his luck on a hiker.
Was not listening.
Their attack in
I was not
California
listening.
just
Nah,
happened
happening?
last month. Male blacks, but black bears that is, they have a wider range, which means a desperate down bad male.
Okay. Male blacks but black bears. Okay.
Month.
That was
Male
funny.
blacks, but black bears that is, they have a wider range, which means a desperate down bad male is more likely to try his luck on a hiker. The last stat I have is 88% of black bear assisted census subtractions were predatory, and 92% of those predatory pastimes were done by males. But when I say slow rise, we are still talking about one person getting clapped a year. Also, apparently none of those casualties carried pepper spray, so if you do that, hike in groups and put food and garbage away, you probably won't get cooked by Smokey. In fact, the majority of black bear encounters end like a Mormon liaison, where neither side gets touched. So, they're flight over fight and statistically harmless. But they live in close proximity with people and are technically more likely to see you as free pizza than grizzlies. So I'll give them a 6.5. 6, final answer. Not unlike their Asian cousins.
Black bears
disclaimer.
are like
We're
the
getting
first
into
one
the
we've seen that
legitimately
can
dangerous territory.
that kind of kill
Asiatic
humans.
black bear, also called the moon bear, is the first honest threat to human way of life.
Okay,
They're
here we
way
go.
more on sight than American black bears, and for that matter, even Eurasian brown bears. To be fair, neither of them have to deal with a certain big cat. Like most bears, they're most dangerous when people run into them and the bear feels cornered, and for that reason, attacks are on the rise. From April 2023 to just November, 212 people caught the wrong end of Asiatic aggression from a black bear. 6 died.
that bear
Food
moving.
scarcity means those
That
numbers are
bear
probably
moving.
going up. In fact, that's why they're a problem in Japan. You see, in Japan, there's a shift with young people leaving the countryside to go make bread in the big city, and food-feeding bears moving into the now less crowded human neighborhoods. Now, it's never been easier to find problems with an Asian bear, and from 2000 to 2020, 2,357 black bear attacks have been recorded. 42.4% suffered severe injury, 1.2% ended up with permanent disability, and 4.8% lost the ability to exist. They're dead, and over
Thank you
20%
for that,
of
thanks.
those attacks happened in August, i.e. right around the time they're
August?
getting ready to hibernate. There was even a case
shoot.
earlier this year where a man had to negotiate
Oh,
with a Swiss
shoot.
knife after the Asian variety refused to let him go. Since this is the first bear that is a somewhat regular threat to people, I'm gonna give the Asiatic
It's
black
fighting
bear
two tigers.
a
I'm gonna give it
7.5.
not an 8.
Although with the whole
Okay.
bear bile farming thing, we probably had it coming. And now
I
we
didn't
get to
know
my
about that.
honest
Maybe we did have
inspiration
it
for this
coming.
video. The brown bear.
So I was right. The brown bear is the one. We'll know in a second. The brown bear is the one who's like, hey, yo, if you see it in the woodsons out there, in the forest, you're dead. You can't run from it. You can't play dead from it. You're dead, basically. That's what I think he's gonna say. Let's get it.
Honestly, first I'm gonna clear something up. The grizzly bear is a subspecies of the brown bear. Kind of like how the Arctic wolf is an offshoot of the gray guy. The grizzly is basically a landlocked brown bear. They're further inland, and their grocery list is a lot shorter. Which is why, even though they're the most famous, grizzlies aren't even the biggest bears brown and around. They're smaller than the The Kamchatka bear dwarfs grizzlies, mostly because of the fresh supply of salmon they get from shacking up on the Kamchatka Peninsula, which actually has the highest density of brown bears on the planet. There's like 20,000 of them there. And of course, what y'all know about the Kodiak bear? Named after the Kodiak Islands nature was forced to vault it on. They can outweigh a grizzly by almost 500 pounds.
That's a big bear.
Off the pescatarian. That is a whole mountain of a bear. Grizzly bears are smaller, but the higher competition and being gate-kept from coastal calories makes them that much more aggressive. Which makes them, and I don't like to curse that much, my mom watches me, but that is a fucking problem. They're like a predatory Thanos. Your demise is inevitable if they greenlight it. They have jaws that can crush a bowling ball. Pause that mean. You're a high five away from balling like Emmanuel Hansel. I've seen them pump entire wolf packs out of food, and they might be the only thing alive that can chokeslam a moose. There's only one video that truly encapsulates how fornicated you are if a grizzly chases you. Well, other than this. Here you have a grizzly running, and way, wow, we're still going. Right there. That's the caribou he's after. Keep in mind, this is the 30-second mark of the video.
You're not catching that.
4 minutes was all it took for the seed of Santa to get packed up like a Christmas present and turned into part of the past. But how dangerous are brown bears actually? Since 1784, there have been only 82 fatal brown bear conflicts in North America.
All right, yeah, 82. That's way better than what, the 2,000 and then the 600 earlier.
America. Yellowstone surprisingly only has 8. From 2000 to 2015, there were a recorded 664 brown bear attacks around the world, with 95 flatlines. Of these attacks, 17% involved someone with a dog, 10% were after a bear got shot or trapped, aka the person had it coming, 20% were sudden encounters, and an overwhelming 47% involved a female with a cub, proving that the only thing more dangerous than the bear,
boom,
The child.
no.
but really, numbers say there's only 11 brown bear attacks in North America a year, 40 if we're talking worldwide. In fact, the chances of getting murked by a brown bear in Yellowstone are 1 in 2.1 million. I do think bears
That's
suffer
still too much of a high chance for me.
where the attacks might not happen often, but when they do, they're usually graphic enough to go international. At the same time, the worst case scenario scares me more than death itself, so brown bears, specifically grizzly bears, get a Merc rating of 8. Make that an 8.5. If you know, you know. Now the sloth bear is a great example of something I make that an 8.
I'm gonna assume he got attacked by a bear and he lost his life. Maybe both of them lost their lives. I don't know. I don't know what this is from.
0.5. If you know, you know.
Let me know who
now,
that
sloth
was.
bear is a great example of something I always say. You have to convince a predator you're worth the effort, where prey will off you before you get the chance. Most bears see humans as a fellow predator. The problem is here you got one that spends most of its life as prey. Sloth bears got tiger trauma in their bloodline. They also get plenty of smoke from leopards, problems from dhole packs, and somehow the same elephants and rhinos that are chill-ish around tigers have zero tolerance for the belugas of the world. Add it all up, you get a floppy-faced termite eater that's also one of the most violently aggressive animals on the planet. You basically have a giant honey badger with attitude and all the tools to follow through. It's prey trauma with predatory hardware. They don't really know how to kill, they just inflict as much pain as physically possible. That's why many sloth bear victims end up with their faces torn off, since that's their go-to move against tigers. A trauma bear with chimpanzee tendencies means they get a Merc rating of 9.
Yeah,
There's
they
no
just
good record of
want to
sloth bear
scrap.
attacks on people, but it's the fact that they live on top of and kill more people than other bears that outnumber them. This is technically the most dangerous bear per capita. And it's the one named after a sloth. In fact, one sloth bear was called the man-eater of Mysore after he killed 12 people and severely mauled another 2 dozen.
Oh, that bear gotta
In his
go.
defense, something like that's pretty rare, and it's believed the bear was injured by people first and then went on a rampage. Not like the last bear, which is one of the few animals to see humans as prey.
What bear is that? Polar bear? It's not. Is it a polar bear? How many bears are left? Wait a minute. Hold on. What do we do? Nah. Oh, what is this? No, I don't have time for this. I need to see what this bear is. And we're back. Unmute that.
I'm gonna kill the suspense right now. The polar bears are 10. From
Jesus Christ!
1970 to 2014, only 20 people have been killed by polar bears out of 73 attacks.
Only 20?
But it's the frequency that's scary.
Wait,
what do I mean? Well, over 60% of attacks happened between 1960 and 2009.
Okay.
20% happened from 2010 to 2014. That means in this study, 20% of all polar bear attacks happened in less than 3% of the time, and that less than 3% was in the last 4 years. The polar bear is the only bear that classifies as a hyper carnivore, and they'll try anything from walruses to reindeer, and they'll even body a beluga whale.
Not the
As
beluga whale.
Polar bears are one of the rare animals that'll actively hunt people. It's true what they say. If you see a polar bear in the wild, your expiration date's already stamped. They can smell a seal from
polar
almost
bear
20
that's straight
miles away,
murder.
so you know when ice bear pulls up, it's no mistake. The Arctic op is such a threat. In Churchill, Manitoba, it's common courtesy to leave car doors unlocked in case someone needs a 4-wheeled panic room from a polar bear. The same place, by the way, that has the Churchill Polar Bear Detention Center. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's an air-conditioned temporary holding cell for polar bears that get way too comfortable around people.
Lock that polar bear up. I gotta go this way. Lock that polar bear up. There we go. It's been a bad bear. Is it thundering? I heard thunders. So, man, is the weather bad this week? Jesus, I was gonna go for a run afterwards, but I guess not.
No other bear is more of a certified homicide once you make eye contact. But they wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for receding sea ice, basically stranding a marine mammal on land. And like with black bears, it's a starving, desperate rogue males that are most likely to turn a human into a hashtag. And that's kind of the thing. Every bear on this list would easily put humans at a 10. Like I said, Asiatic black bears are the most common victims of bear bile farms. Sloth bears are often kept as dancing tourist traps, which involves brutal maimings and shoving a rope through their nose. Literally, through it.
What? Why'd I pause here? That's I don't agree with that.
And despite the memes, humanity has done more to pandas than for them. Also, there's the fact that most bears want nothing to do with you. Literally, one of the best ways to avoid a bear is to actually make noise to give the bear a chance to avoid you. Most bear brutalities come from a bear getting jump scared and making a decision. Also, there's bear spray, but bear spray is a lot like a seatbelt. You don't get into a car expecting to do a barrel roll down I-80, but the same way the seatbelt makes the worst case better, so does bear spray. In fact, you'll probably never use it. Moral of the story? Yeah, honestly, the bear wouldn't even choose us. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you rock with the Merc rating thing, I actually have an entire book on the concept. 100 animals that can, you can read the title. And again, each animal has a rating based on my personal bias. And because today's my birthday, the book will be 50% off on Amazon. If you're interested, the link will be in the description. But other than that, drink water, cherish your parents. Remember, if it's white like a beluga, it's the last time we'll talk to you.
Oh, that man dead. That bird dead. Oh, GG.
In the next one.
So that black bear is moving. Is it brown? It's black. Oh, for the pizza? Wait, what's that on that pizza? Wait, no, back up, bear. What's on that pizza? I can't tell. I know we got some cheese pieces. It's like, it's not anchovies. Is that some sort of olives? I can't tell from the quality of the pizza, but all right. Hopefully it's hot. Good video right here. That was fun. Yeah. So. I gotta watch this later once I actually, play Elden Ring, the DLC. I have still not played it yet. Luckily, bears don't want to actually find us humans. Like, we're good in their eyes. Unless we, approach them with either evil intentions or we, scare them. For the most part, they're gonna leave us alone. Now, again, for the most part, there are some chances where they will attack us. They see it as prey. Especially if they are a brown and definitely a polar bear. Some cases a black bear too. I knew that the black bear was kind of, well, I thought I knew. I knew that the black bear was kind of you don't have to worry too much if you see a black bear. I mean, I'm still gonna worry, it's a bear. But brown bears, and you shouldn't see a polar bear out in the forest. You gotta watch out for them, they're scary. You wanna make sure you don't ever come across them, ever. So what would Winnie the Pooh be? Because Winnie the Pooh is a bear, right? Yeah, what would Winnie the Pooh be classified as? What type of bear is Winnie the Pooh? Because I'm pretty sure Winnie the Pooh is a bear. Let me just double check so I'm not stupid. Okay, let's make sure it's actually called a bear. Yeah, okay, I feel like Winnie the Pooh would be like a, well, it's not a sloth bear, because a sloth bear is not you hear the word sloth, it's not like a slow, lazy bear. No, it's very fast and aggressive bear. Maybe be like a brown bear, but the docile one, maybe? I don't know. Thank you again, Casual Geographic, for the insightful animal facts of today. Yeah, remember guys, if you're out hiking on a trail, avoid bears. Make loud noises. Just try to avoid bears. If you see a bear, walk away. Go the other direction. Don't get close to it. Don't get your phone out. Nah. If I see a bear, I'm turning the other way instantly. It's gonna be the smoothest turnaround you ever seen in your life. I'll be jogging, I see a bear, I'm already making the U-turn. I don't stop. I'm like, a bear. All right, here we go. Away I go. But yeah. We can get out of here, so hope you enjoyed my reaction, and thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. See you later. Bears. It's just, I just want to know what Joe Rogan's obsession with bears are. Why he like bears so much? I know it's a meme too in his podcasting or in the comments, but it's man, he likes some bears, huh? he knows about bears. I feel like he knows everything about a bear.